I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
Hey, you're pretty good at cooking, Dohalim.
That's for sure, and rather surprising. I never thought a Renin lord would know how to fix anything on their own.
You flatter me. This dish is nothing special.
I don't know. I'd say this was pretty good.
Yeah. If we ever get back to Calaglia, I'd love the chance to share this with everybody.
All I did was simply cut some ingredients and let them simmer inside the pot. Most anyone could prepare this recipe.
That's simple, huh? Just throw them in and simmer?
You might be misleading him a bit, making it sound so easy.
I'm certainly not exaggerating it.
If all it takes is putting ingredients in water, I can handle that. I'll have to try it soon.
Huh? I think it might be better if you didn't, Alphen.
Hmm? Why not?
And if he did, you'd be obligated to eat it.
Don't worry, I'll heal you afterwards.
I don't know whether to feel more sorry for Alphen when nobody believes in him, or myself knowing what's in store for me once I eat his concoction.
Here I come! My turn!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Better rest up while we can.
This flavor, why, it rivals the cooking of my own chefs in the palace.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
I've been thinking about what we discussed earlier. His reasons might not have been pure, but in the end, Dohalim still made Elda Menencia a place where Danans and Renans can coexist. I thought everyone would welcome that change, with open arms. I took pride in what we had without putting in the work to truly solidify it. After so much failure, do you think I even have the right to pursue my ideals?
It doesn't matter what I think. You've already found your answer, haven't you?
I know what I want to say, but I can't help but wonder if I'm being selfish.
Everybody makes mistakes in life, Kisara. Everybody. It's what you do afterwards that matters. But you already knew that, right?
Yeah. I won't look away from the world any longer. I'll do my best to confront reality, so that we don't lose anyone else, ever again. More to the point, Dohalim needs someone who can push him forward. I think we both get lost in our sorrow too easily when we focus on the past.
If we see that happening, we'll set him straight. Don't worry. We'll look out for both of you. I have to say, though, if you turned out this well modeling yourself after Miguel, he really must have been a great man.
What, you didn't believe me before? I'm pretty sure I've been going on about him since I joined up. If you need more convincing, I've got plenty more stories about him.
Maybe another time.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancia's.
I won't forgive you!
You're mine!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law. So hot.
Well, yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast.
I'm not done! Anything in order to go on! Save you! Negative gate! Dazzle! Flying free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
On your
Demon tank!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Here I come! No escape! I'm ready! It's over!
Ridwell, astral energy, full throttle!
That worked like a dream.
I pity anyone who stands in our way. You got company!
You're mine!
Can't get out of
Demon
this!
tank! No escape!
Don't mind if I do. Tempest, you have to aim for the bright area on their back. Thanks, Kisara. Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be! No escape!
You'll soon see about that.
Explosive ring!
Magic is Am!
Demon Fang!
Freeze Lancer! Here's a wheel!
Lightning Thrust! You picked the wrong fight!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go. Here's the evil! Lightning Lancer!
On your...
They're all coming after me!
Get out of this! Well,
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
Demon Fang!
Burning
Demon Fang!
Here's the evil!
You're mine!
Eat dirt!
Regeneration!
You!
Demon Fang! Regenerate! I owe you
Please now.
I'm in your deck, Doherty.
Then tonight's meal is on you.
Good God.
Demon Fang! Doherty! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
You're mine! Air Struck! You're mine! No escape! Take this!
Magic is lightning!
Come from the wind! No escape!
Do it!
Demon Fang!
We can really make weapons with this?
Looks like some solid equipment.
Huh. You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
This will be a delicious piece of cake! I never miss!
No escape!
I'll smash you!
Try not a chance!
Down! Ready!
It cools up. Time to get out of the way.
Come forth! Glimmer!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Laser spear! Here's the evil! Freeze
The
Lancer!
flame inside me is yours! It's on negative!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Charge like that can easily be faced.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
It's go time!
Demon Fang!
Corruption!
Demon Fang! You're mine! Demon Fang! Ignite! Demon Fang!
Stalagmite!
Crush! Lightning Thrust!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more! Shut!
Well done! Reload!
Demon Fang! Heroic regeneration! No escape! No escape! No further!
Do it!
Allow me to help!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me. courteous, aren't you?
You're mine! Be still!
Lunar corruption!
Come and face me! Demon Fang!
Where are you going? If it's in the sky, it's mine!
We got fire!
I'm down! Let him mark!
Blow them away!
Lunar corruption!
Not a chance! Demon Fang! Dazzle! You're mine!
Now! Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes, a merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
Magic is on!
Demon
I'm
Fang!
ready! Come on! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
This could be useful.
I'll take you all on!
Illuminate the
Eat
dawn!
dirt!
Transform holy glimmer!
You escape!
Holy
Demon Fang!
water! Hear my call! Their hide is thick as armor!
You escape!
Here's the evil!
Where are you going?
Demon Fang!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a
Lead
job
the
for
enemy
you.
arch!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
No place here. Get out of this.
Lunar blast! Back
Demon
into the
Fang!
fray! Here goes! Annihilation! Forward action! Radiant light! Light demon
One keeps charging up!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Guys, I'm leaving to you!
Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Radiant pierce!
Demon Fang! Lightning thrust!
Lunar corruption!
Rising smash!
Lunar blast!
Demon Fang!
Radiant
Try this!
storm!
Explosive ring!
Do it! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
With this, I can become even stronger. My face is starting to sting. And my throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
Let's see what you've got.
Here I come!
Purge malevolence!
Burn in hell!
Arcane water! I require complete focus!
Here,
Are those
Win?
Demon Fang!
Reload!
A thrilling performance.
Sleep now. I'll be saving you. Do it!
Come on! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
That was almost too easy.
No enemy can stand against us.
If only every battle went so well. Coming through.
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
No further.
Try hard, my turn! Not a chance!
I'll smash you!
Demon Fang! Try this!
Here's evil.
Explosive ring!
Don't get in my way.
Demon Fang! Here I come!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Demon Fang!
Heal us up, my love.
Demon Fang! Not today!
Lancer. You get
Demon
the
Fang!
Hands up.
Pieces! Water!
Hear my voice.
Take this!
Lightning burning.
Where are you going?
Demon Fang!
Take it again.
Mirage!
I can carve through armor!
It's time.
We turn the tables on them.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
Now. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Seems about right to me.
guess I misread the landing.
Get lost!
Demon Fang! It's off! Eat this! And I shall ensure you survive this! Try harder!
Hear my land! Spread! Confiscated!
Here I come!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
Evil!
Demon Fang! Your
Can you take it?
I owe you, Theon. Healing is what my art
Now
do
you
best.
see what I can do!
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction. Healing circle!
Stay away from my friend! Okay, here I go!
I'll bring you back from death to this.
Now I can let loose!
Illuminate
You're
the dark!
finished!
Recover
Demon
now!
Fang! My turn! Take this!
Let him mark me.
Move
This
escape!
one's mine.
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Here's a healing
Burning
art.
thrust!
Burning
Mirage!
thrust! In the wind!
I'm not done!
Be confiscated!
Demon Fang! You are far!
Thunder field! Lightning
Demon Fang!
Thunder
Dazzle! Take this!
Radiant
Focus! Dazzle! Mirage! Demon Fang!
Waterfall! Burning thrust!
No
Field!
escape!
Get on in there!
Shattering of...
Turn the tables on him.
There are still more left!
Right. No time to hold back.
Demon Fang! Dazzle! I'm not done! Mirage! Demon Fang! You picked the wrong fight! Demon Fang! Here I come! Be still!
Precision time.
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Blah, blah, blah. Magic! In here!
You're mine!
This way!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
the design of this... equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Take this! Crush you! I'll smash you! Demon Fang! Be still! Demon Fang! Be still! Mirage! Demon Fang!
Confiscated! Lightning energy! A banana! Let's go! Hold on, you made quick work of them!
I have plenty of tricks up my sleeve, young lady.
You picked the
Hope
wrong
to see them
fight.
sometime!
Demon Fang! Dazzle!
Now!
Mirage!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action. A merry
Radiant
distraction.
confiscated! There's still more to go!
Now! Can you take it? Mirage! Take this! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Take this! Negative gate! I'm not done! I'll smash you!
Holy
Demon
Land!
Fang!
This one's mine!
I'm
Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliments. We have to move.
Pretty nice,
All
Alistair.
mine. You're mine.
Now!
Strike. Blow them away.
So I still had room to grow.
This bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely. Though I won't make any promises.
Which one is it?
An opponent like this should be easy. You picked the wrong fight. Take it. Lightning rocket. Strike. Explosive ring.
Take this!
Holy Land!
Try hard like her.
Will this help?
It's showtime. Mirage.
Lightning can
Demon
fail
Fang.
in your- not in your dreams!
You're mine.
Armor won't save you!
Demon Fang. Take this. Totally. In an instant. Impact block. We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
You're mine.
Be
still.
Now! Bizarro! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Callous. Calcified. Calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
Out of our way!
Here I come. Burn in hell.
Astral energy! Lightning can fail in
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't true?
I really
in the
think.
sky!
Demon Fang.
Black never their weak point!
Try it. My turn. Demon Fang. No further.
Tempest swirl! Water!
I have
Hear
no
my call.
limits.
Swirl light! Spread!
Armor won't save you!
I'm
ready.
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Go no further!
Take it. Demon Fang.
Only getting started!
Begin!
Demon Fang.
Now it's my
Try
turn.
harder.
Step right on!
Ah! Demon Fang. No escape. It's over. Demon Fang.
Hear me! Freeze Lancer!
Mirage.
Feel!
Demon Fang. The flame inside is yours to be let free.
Freeze Lancer!
You're mine. No escape.
Excellent technique.
How are your weapons holding up? That's not to give me any ideas.
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that wasn't true.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Sion actually look flustered.
Be still. Rising Falcon.
This one's mine! Holy
Demon Fang.
Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Can you take it?
Lunar corruption!
Explosive ring.
Lunar blast! Now!
On your...
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Got it.
Well done! By the power of
Flame inside is yours to be let free.
I'm
ready.
By the power of astral energy! Full throttle! I'm ready for the next battle.
Coming through.
Resonate with the earth. Burn in hell. Demon Fang.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. My turn.
I'm ready!
Demon Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
We're in good form.
Out of our way!
No further!
Try harder!
Can you take it?
This one's all mine.
Take this!
Damn it! Easter!
Go for the weak point!
Demon
I'll
Fang!
face you!
Be still!
Where are you going? It looks like you got this one covered.
Demon Fang!
Light astral magic
Take
is
this!
now! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory. Naturally.
Demon Fang!
Holy
Flaming
Land!
Thrust! You're on! Crush! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! You're mine! Take this! You're on! I'm not done!
In here! Water! Here I go!
Save you!
Demon Fang!
Blood!
You're mine! Now!
Take this!
Flaming Thrust!
Can't get out of this!
You're on!
Banana, let's go!
Destruction!
Magic is there!
I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny. Especially you, Law. No pushing it.
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too different for you to handle both.
Not necessarily. Both of them contain Earth astral.
Get lost!
You picked the wrong fight!
Where are you going?
You're mine! Demon Fang!
Here's the healing arc! I can't hold on much longer! Dance to the wind! Here!
Demon Fang! Here I come! Demon Fang! Here I come! You're on!
By the power of
Demon
water!
Fang!
Anything in armor is all mine! Armor won't save you!
Wait now!
Demon
Get
Fang!
carried away!
Here I come!
Dig in!
You're on!
One more!
You're on!
Elusive deity!
Demon Fang!
Glacial spear!
Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliments! We have to
Demon
move!
Fang!
Driven and talented.
You are in tip-top shape.
Soon as I'm done here, come help.
All yours, Kisara! On your
Light astral energy!
Demon Fang!
The flames will roar!
I'm not done!
bloody howl!
Here I come! Demon Fang! You picked the wrong fight! Demon Fang!
I'm ready!
Dolly! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds. Here, let me help. First aid!
I'll face you!
Not in your dreams.
Elusive deity!
Here I come! Demon Fang! Be still!
Lightning
Demon
orb!
Fang!
Whoa! Hey!
You're on! Demon Tank! Let him thrust! I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Water, hear my
This
voice!
one's all
Go
mine!
get it, You're really strong, Alvin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around. As impressive as always.
Ah, and here I hoped I was improving.
Whew. Thank goodness we won.
Gotta
Here
break through!
goes!
Burn!
Armor won't save you!
Demon Tank!
Light Astrolite! Radiant
Demon Tank!
Dance in the wind! The flashing parts are weak points.
You're on!
This'll come in
Try
handy.
this!
Healing
Infernal Force!
This death shall not be forgotten.
Demon Tank! Lightning Thrust!
Not in your dreams.
In a bind? Pieces!
Being interrupted.
Feel
Demon Tank!
Of regeneration!
I'm not done!
I never miss.
Regenerate!
Take this! You're on! Demon Tank! Try harder! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Demon Tank! Dazzle! Demon Tank!
I can carve through armor!
Demon Tank!
Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, astral energy! Full throttle! Was that a new skill I saw back there?
Indeed. Well, sort of. Actually, it's a family staple harkening back 8 generations.
Maybe you can just write all this down?
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go! This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone.
Anything in armor is almost... Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared.
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Dougal? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it.
Strike!
Stay here.
Down on the ground.
Get on in there with me.
Rising Falcon! It's over!
Freeze, Lance.
Charge like that, even be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Here I come! Demon Fang! Dazzle! Bend from the wind! Demon Fang!
Annihilation! Raging Storm! I never miss! Tunnel!
Eat them!
Photon Flash! Illuminated magic
Bend from the wind! I'm not done!
On your
A thrilling performance.
Harder! Shine! Radiant light!
Hold on to your heart. Here I come!
In a bind?
Here's the evil!
Demon Fang!
Lightning Orb!
Down on the ground.
Illuminated dark!
Soaring blast! Rising Falcon! No escape! Demon Fang!
The earth. Stalagmite.
Not on my watch!
Demon Fang! No escape! Demon Fang!
Bloody howling.
It's over!
Thunder Shield! Down with the wind!
The unity of your movement is simply incredible.
Yours to be let free. I'm not done. Demon Fang. Blue escape. Demon Fang.
This! Can't get out of
Here I
this!
come. Mirage. Blazing thrust.
Raging cascade!
Radiant light! Pulse of regeneration! Regenerate! You must be tired of doing this. I'm merely doing what I can to help.
If we can...
Glad you're on our side.
This ends now.
Negative gate!
I never miss!
Demon Fang is yours to be let free.
Bloody howling! On your...
Can't be happening!
Demon Fang.
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Rising rocket.
Stay calm.
Now!
I shall provide a... Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life. Resuscitation! Benediction light.
I can't ready!
Heal! Our arts are being interrupted.
Here I go!
Take it. You picked the wrong fight.
Here's the holy
Be
land!
still.
Freeze laser!
Be still. Mirage.
Not in your dreams!
Be still. Mirage. Blue escape.
In a bind?
Demon Fang. You're finished.
There you go! Don't
Demon
let up!
Fang.
Dance in the wind!
Lightning thrust.
Mirage! Light after magic!
Demon Fang. I'm not done.
Blah, blah, blah! You get pissed!
Smash you.
Holy
Demon Fang.
hero!
I'm not done. Engulf you. It's over.
Raging cascade! We shower it?
Now, while it's reeling.
Take it down! Let's
Demon Fang. Try this.
go! Do it!
Totally. In an instant. Impact clock.
Let the marksman handle this!
Here come more! We'll just have to keep fighting.
Demon Fang.
Leave the
No
enemy's
further.
arcs to me!
No complaints here!
Sleep now! Let's get you all tucked away! Don't get in my way! Hit!
Here I come. Demon
Hold
Fang.
on to your heart! Here I come!
Try harder. Mirage.
Not on my watch! Art expert, come
You're
through!
mine. Demon Fang. Blue escape.
Lightning orb.
Demon Fang.
Whoa! What is it? Go for it! Prepare to crumble! Harsh malevolence! Arc dance! I owe you, Sion. Healing is what my arts do best.
Demon Fang.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction. Now! Law! Get toasty!
Burn strike. Demon.
Let me help.
Take this. Not again. Lightning down on the ground. Mirage. Blue escape. Demon Fang. Demon Fang.
Not in your dreams! Can't be happening!
You'll pay for that. Demon Fang.
Is this it?
Shining
Now you see
supernova!
what I can do!
I hope this medicine works as promised. Reinforcement! Here, let me help.
Here I come.
I'll bring you back from death to death. I'll bring you back from death to death. Raging cascade!
Here I come. Demon Fang.
Where are you going? Free
Flaming Cycling. I'm ready to be let free.
Hey! Blow them away!
Ready! Reinforcements incoming! Not a problem! Not on my watch! Arc field! Freeze laser! Water astral energy!
You're mine. Blue escape.
Now it's level.
Burn in hell.
Air
Demon Fang.
Another incantation ruined.
Demon, stay away from my friends. Try harder.
Vanquished
Not
soul.
again.
I never miss! I can't heal you forever!
Demon Fang.
Will this help?
Dazzle.
It's gonna smart.
Mirage.
Do it!
Demon Fang.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Mirage.
Where are you going?
Demon Fang! Try harder! My turn!
Here goes!
Try harder!
Here, let me help.
Here I come!
Not on my watch.
Can't be happening! Inside me, yours to be let free!
Whoa, hey!
You're
let
mine!
it time.
You picked the wrong fight!
Ready!
Take this! Demon Fang!
Now!
Dazzle! Law! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
What was I thinking? Raging! They're all coming after me!
I'm coming, Rinwell.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
It's over! Demon Fang! No!
Quite, unique. Here's a healing arm. No, it won't end like this.
Here I come! No escape! Demon Fang!
I'll finish you here and now!
Heal force.
I'm not done!
It looks like you got this one covered.
Demon Fang!
Armor won't save you!
This'll come in handy. First aid. Blah, blah,
Is this it?
Here's a healing art. First aid.
I'm on
Just wait. I'll bring you back from raging cascade.
Now you see what I can do!
Resuscitation. Friend. Not in your dreams. Here I go. I'm only getting started. We got
Demon Fang!
Swallow down! I really owe
Demon
you one.
Fang!
Lightning
Fine! Demon Fang! Be still! Rising Falcon! I'm not done! Dazzle! Rising Falcon! Demon Fang! Do it! Zora! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
I'll heal you all. It's about to strike.
Look sharp, everyone! I owe you one.
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it. Just watch and learn. That's enough! Go back down!
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
I've still got a ways to go.
Hey, is that it over there?
I always love the sound of hammers banging away. I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is. Lennigus.
Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lennigus.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alphen.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lennigus once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lennigus? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lennigus.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, Our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Xion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Xion can finally get rid of her thorns. Xion?
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Xion? Where'd Xion go? How could she just go off on her own? Xion. Xion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me How is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissance on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
but that's too much. It's way too much. When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shion!
Alvin?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alvin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shion.
What do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events... The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it.
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her. No matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. that it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.